Welcome to Writings, Chats, and Friends. I'm Ken Ween with my wonderful co-host and friend, Monica Brinkman. And we've been talking about new directions for the show. So we were trying some of these background effects because, we use Skype. And so if Monica and I start giggling and talking about rocks and moose and funny things like that, it's because, we got lost in the screens. There's something called together mode. I love it because you see, when you're in together mode, even though you're hundreds, thousands of miles apart, you look like you're in the same place.
Yes.
Of course, you keep disappearing. Every time you move your arm, all of a sudden it goes behind.
You're not together anymore.
You're not together anymore. So
that was fun.
One of the things that Monica and I realized is we don't laugh enough on this show. And those of you who know us in person know that we are incredibly silly people.
Oh, yeah. I write comedy routines.
Yeah. Monica is into comedy and comedy routines, and I'm just into being stupid. I mean, like 6-year-old, 5-year-old, fart joke, dad joke, whatever it is, stupid. So we're going to try and lighten the show up a bit from now on. And one of the ways we're going to try and lighten it up is by asking our guests to also lighten up. I mean, hey, yes, we know life is tough. Hey, the apocalypse is coming. The sky is falling. Oh, no, Chicken Little. Hey, fine, let's lighten it up a little bit. And so, Monica, here's a question for you.
Okay.
The world is going to end tomorrow.
All right.
What are you going to do today?
I'm going to surround myself with people I love and be in nature.
Be in nature before there is no nature.
Before there is none to appreciate.
Okay. I like that. I think I would go, one of the things I would do, now remember, I'm guaranteed the world is ending tomorrow.
Right.
Okay. I'm going to go to the pound, and I'm going to get all the dogs I can that are not snarly nasty, because I don't want to deal with snarly nasty. But I'm going to get all the dogs, and I'm going to take them to the dog park. I'm going to bring lots of dog food and water, and I'm going to just let those dogs have a wonderful few hours playing. Okay. And then I'm going to come home and spend the evening with my wife. And despite the creakiness of our getting old bones, we'll make love and maybe have a glass of wine or two.
Yeah, that has to be part of everybody's if they can.
and listen to music. And since my neighbors won't be around to complain too much the next day, I'll probably let the music play a little louder than I ordinarily do.
Hey, have a concert, kick it up.
Kick it up. And so the only question for me is what music to listen to.
See, that's a tough one.
It is. Now, my wife picked
operatic would be wonderful.
Opera?
Yeah.
Okay.
But so it's some good rock, as far as I'm concerned.
My wife would probably go with Willie Nelson. Of course, I don't think that's fair because we know when the world ends, Willie Nelson will still be alive.
Yeah.
I mean, he's never going to die.
He and Keith Richards.
but she'll go for Willie Nelson. I probably would go for some Bartok, Dvorak, Mahler. So I'm a big Eastern European classical.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's hard to say. Well, so I'm going to ask the viewers, please contact us on the website and tell us how you'd spend your last day, knowing that the world isn't, not just that you are dying, but the whole world, kaput, bam.
Heck,
Final
you could go dancing naked in the street. What can anybody do? You know?
Well, I don't know that I'd want to go dancing naked in the street.
No.
You know why?
But
You know why?
why?
It's too hot on my body at this point. Naked or any other way.
I thought you were going to say it's too hard on the neighbor's eyes.
No, that I don't care about. I mean, not that I don't like my neighbors, but so anyway, folks, send us your idea, what you do in the final last day of the world.
Yes.
Okay, how you're going to spend that day, and let us pick. We're going to share some of these in a future podcast, and we're going to pick one, and the winner is going to get a prize, and the prize is going to be one of our books. Either Monica or I will send you a book, and if you really blow our socks off, each of us will send you a book. Okay.
Yeah.
So be sure and have your email or contact information in this little entry. And Monica, can they do that just by going to Writing Chats and Friends?
Yeah,
And contact?
really the best place probably is Facebook, if they have Facebook.
Okay. Yeah, Writing Chats and Friends on Facebook. Contact us that way.
Ken and I can both access it. Just message us. Yeah.
Message us on Facebook, and we'll pick the winner. Now, we have to put a date on this. So we're going to say that we want to do this before Christmas. Okay. Now, we're not sure exactly what date this is going to go up on the show, but we're going to have it up, let's be guaranteed, by the end of October.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that gives you almost 2 months, folks.
Yeah.
To think about how you'd spend that final day. Now, we are going to disqualify our employees, of which we have none, our families, of which we have a few, okay? But everybody else, you're welcome to, oh, I'm sorry.
How about Zachary?
Yeah, well, Thackeray's family, so yeah, Thackeray,
Right.
Buddy, and the Keo cats, none of them can enter.
No. Okay.
But we're also going to have to disqualify anybody who is absolutely sure that that this is not a meaningful question. So if you're going to say, oh, well, I'm going to just do nothing different because I know the next day I'm really going to get up, don't bother us with that. Yeah, we want to know your fantasy. Last day, sky's falling, chicken.
What would be fun? What you would do? Yeah.
What are you going to do? Okay.
Yeah. Sounds good to me.
Okay, and folks, while I'm at it, while we're talking about that, two things. Okay, one is you can learn more about Monica's books and my books by going to our respective Amazon pages. Yes.
Yeah.
And I, that's very easy. You just go to Amazon, look for Monica Brinkman or Kenneth Wein. The other thing is that we would like to remind you, and this is actually a serious note, and I really didn't think about it when I was coming up with what I do. This was all ad lib, but we'd like to remind you there are an awful lot of dogs still in shelters, fewer than before COVID, but now that people are getting past their fear of COVID, sadly, some people are returning the dogs that they rescued. How awful is that? So please do think about maybe rescuing a dog yourself, which will brighten your life and enrich your life. But if you can't do that, at least maybe make a contribution to an animal shelter. Dogs, cats, but also wild animal shelters. The world is getting hard, tough, difficult, not just for us humans, but for all the creatures. In fact, you might even want to consider a tree shelter. You know, we're more and more realizing our trees are getting stressed out. Like Monica lives up there near the Sequoia. Gosh, they've been having a rough summer.
Yeah, it rained though. There's something to be joyous about after a long, hot spell. It rained like crazy, and it smells so good, and I'm so happy.
We've had a really nice wet summer here in Tucson, and
you're lucky because of the fires.
yeah, we did not have. Now farther north there were some fires in Arizona. We didn't have fires here, but you know what's really amazing to me is we have this plant. I don't know what it's called. It's out by the edge of our property, and it turns brown most of the year. And when we first moved here, I said, gee, we ought to pull that up. It's dead. And they said, no, that's its normal state. And then when it gets water and there's a plant. When it has water, it turns green. And well, it's been the brightest green this summer. It's been such
really all summer.
Ordinarily, like in past summers, what I do is, very often when I'm out in the car, I'll take a bottle of water with me. Right. So because it's really dry here, dehydrating all the time. So I'll take a bottle of water. Well, it's very easy to, dump water down the drain or to even take that bottle, put it back in the fridge to cool off and then drink it later. But in the summer here, I take any leftover water in my bottle and I give it to the plant. I always see myself as kind of a friend to the plant. Now, the plant, I have to tell you, some plants respond. Okay, I feel that there are some plants that say, hey, Ken, thank you. That's wonderful. But this plant, but I still feel like I'm a friend to the plant. So just a little side.
That's so nice.
Yeah.
I love plants. In fact, I have a whole bunch now that I need to plant perennials. So that they'll be so pretty for spring and summer.
Yeah, I love plants too, but I don't keep plants. I am not good with plants. People are always kind enough to bring us plants for the house, and we're always smart enough and kind enough to the plants to give them to somebody else.
Somebody else. You don't want to be a murderer, right?
I feel, I don't, my wife and I, we do not like cut flowers. I mean, sometimes people
I like plants rather than cut flowers.
I appreciate them. I mean, they're beautiful. I'd say, oh, look, they're beautiful. But then I start feeling sad.
Yeah.
Because those flowers, they didn't want to die to sit on my dining room table.
No. Look at artificial ones. They look just like them, yeah.
Those flowers, they wanted to attract bees and butterflies and whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever.
That's how you can really enjoy your flowers. Absolutely.
So anyway, folks, obviously we've kind of gone on a diversion here. I want to remind you again, the contest is before Christmas via Facebook on Writing Chats and Friends page on Facebook. Tell us how you would spend that last day, firm in the knowledge that it was the last day of Earth. Monica and I are going to pick a winner, and we're going to send that winner a book or maybe 2 books, because we really want to encourage people to think about the future.
Yes.
Or the not future. Monica, this has been fun and different.
It has been. It was great. Okay, folks, come on back soon. We're going to bring you some more joyous news.
The world is ending. Joyous news.
No, we just want to get some opinions, and I think you probably will be doing wonderful things, but we'll find out from your answers. And with that, I just have a little something for you here to watch, and come on back next week and join us. Thank you, guys. Bye-bye, Ken.
Bye.